Hello, today we're here to do the Fall Time Cozy Time book tag, which has the best tag name ever. It's so cute. I chose this setting for our background today just because it is autumn and this is an autumn book tag. So I was tagged by Mimi M and Snogging on Sunday Books, whose YouTube channels I will link in the description as usual with tag videos. Let us begin. Crunching leaves. The world is full of colour. Choose a book with reds, oranges and yellows on the cover. For this one I picked Big Fish by Daniel Wallace. This is actually the film adaptation version of the cover, and it's one of the only film adaptation versions of a book cover that I absolutely adore. The other one being Under the Skin by Michael Faber with Scarlett Johansson on the front. Yes. The film version of this was directed by Tim Burton, and obviously you can see quite a few Tim Burton-ish aspects to this cover. It does have a few reds, oranges and yellows, and obviously you've got the tree, like the tree in the background. This is a book about a guy called Edward Bloom who is dying, and he's kind of like a mythological figure in the society that he's from, and his son is trying to kind of collect all of these stories about his father and come to terms with his passing, and it is a very good book and also a very good film adaptation as well, which I would recommend you checking out. Cozy sweater. It's finally cold enough to don warm, fuzzy clothing. What book gives you the warm fuzzies? For this we are falling back on my old favourite Harry Potter, but specifically I've chosen Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and Quidditch Through the Ages. In those books there's nothing going wrong, it's just Hogwarts textbooks with little annotations from Harry and Ron, and there's no conflict and everything is just lovely. Fall storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding. What book or book genre do you like to read on a rainy day? In autumn I tend to want things that are kind of have a little bit of a magical element to them. I'm really enjoying the fairy tale kind of theme right now. There's something about this time of year that just enhances that for me. Cool crisp air. What's the coolest character you would want to trade places with? For this one I picked Pippin Took from the Lord of the Rings trilogy because my best friend calls me Pip all the time. We have this ongoing joke that she's Merry and I'm Pippin. It just fits us too well. I can really see me going on that quest and being the Pippin of the group. I would go along, I would be brave at points, but most of the time I would just be, you know, tagging along. That also means that I would get to meet Gandalf and I would get to be friends with Merry and Sam and Frodo, and I would also get to meet Legolas and Aragorn and oh my god, I've forgotten the dwarf's name. I love dwarves, why can't I remember his name? Gimli! I would get to meet Gimli, who I also love and cherish very dearly. I'm so sorry for forgetting his name. Hot apple cider. What underhyped book would you like to see become the next biggest, hottest thing? I really don't have one for this. I really can't think of one, so if you have an answer to this one, leave it in the comments below. I guess I could cheat and go for a TV show because I really loved season 1 of Almost Human and I think it's been cancelled, but if that became the next biggest, hottest thing, I would be so happy. It would just make my day. I love that TV show. Coats, scarves, mittens. The weather has become icy and it's time to cover up. What book cover is so embarrassing that you want to cover it up when you're in public? The closest answer that I could come up with for this was this book cover, which is the cover of We Can Remember It For You Wholesale by Philip K. Dick. This is a collection of Philip K. Dick's short stories, which are all science fiction. I think I've read one, which is really bad. We had to read it last year for uni, but I do plan on getting around to reading the rest of them at some point. I just don't like this cover. When I know I need to buy a book, I try to get it in the nicest edition that I can. It pained me to buy this. I don't like the font, I don't like where the writing is, I don't like the plane on the front with the sky, and no. Pumpkin spice, what's your favourite fall time comfort food / just normal food? I really love hot pot, which I'm not sure if everyone knows what that is, but it's basically potatoes, a meat of your choosing, carrots, onions in a sort of gravy kind of thing, all put together, and then there's a pastry kind of on top. It's not really on top, but there's a pastry as well. Oh my gosh. As well as that, I get addicted to soup at this time of the year. My favourite is tomato soup with like proper crusty bread, like none of that nonsense sliced bread from supermarkets. Go to a baker's and get proper crusty bread and dip it into your soup. I know what I'm having for dinner now. I love talking about this kind of thing, so I really want to know like what your favourite snacks and foods are in autumn time, so leave that in the comments as well, please. Warm cozy bonfire, spread the cozy warmth. Who do you tag? I tag anyone who's born in autumn. This year is the first year that I'm really starting to appreciate autumn for what it is. Usually I don't like it because, as you can see and probably hear, it gets rainy and cold and wet, and I don't like that. But it does make me appreciate getting home to the warmth and the fire and being snuggly, and yeah, it's good. I like it. That's all for this tag. Thanks for watching, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!